disappear from me. Wait. What it is, episode 64 of the Graham Avenue podcast, Terrace's unofficial podcast. Pompano here in the dungeon with Cageus and Sean. Cage, scan in.
Pimpy, we have a Terrace legend, especially if you skateboard. My good friend Chase Hamilton.
And he has the grade 6 hair. How
Chase.
You doing, Chase?
I guess first off, we got to ask you about the hair. For those that are listening, Chase has bleach blonde hair right now.
Yeah, baby.
Looks
my
unreal.
Girlfriend doesn't approve yet, but it's growing on her.
Super cool. Like when you're in Vancouver and you're with are the skaters like a bit more stylish and like gnarly and you have to kind of like look the part or what?
I mean, maybe. I haven't dyed my hair in a long time. I don't think I've changed my hair color for like fucking 15 years. But I had the long hair for a while there too, so I was kind of crazy with that.
I love the long hair look. I've been going back and like watching all the old Chase Hamilton like videos that are on YouTube, and dude, you had some looks. I loved it.
There's been a few outfits that have been maybe a bit questionable, but fashionable.
I think you had the best like out of all the people. Like Ben Reinbolt just wore whatever he would wear every day, but you seem like you have a bit of style, man. I love it.
Ben's got the flow though, that curly ass fucking hair.
That he does. Anyways, what do you do? I was gonna actually ask, just like I have no idea. Like, what are you doing down in Vancouver, anyways, other than skateboarding?
Oh fuck, not much else.
Really?
No, I just skate all the time, and I'm like filming and making videos a lot. So that's a lot of my time doing that. But I work at BC Ferries too, to get a fucking paycheck.
Oh, you work at BC Ferries?
Yeah, I've been working there for like 2.5 years or something now. I work in West Vancouver there, Horseshoe Bay.
Just common knowledge.
Skating's pretty much my fucking thing. That's what I spend a lot of time doing, and fucking when I'm not doing it, I'm like on my phone, on Insta or whatever, doing that kind of shit.
So for the listeners that don't know, Scott and I watched Fully Flared, and from that moment on, because for people that don't know, there's a movie, I think it came out in 2011 called Fully Flared, and the opening scene was directed by Spike Jonze, and there's these like massive explosions in slow motion while these guys are skateboarding, and I'm like, my mind was blown. And then the first song is an Arcade Fire song, No Cars Go.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I need to skateboard.
You had that album on your top 5, did you not?
I actually had The Suburbs, but
that's not from that album. But right, that was right when they were blowing up though. That was the first Arcade Fire song I ever heard on that video. Yeah. I didn't even know they were Canadian.
Yeah, dude. And I wanted to get into skateboard, and you just mentioned Instagram, and like, man, what's the deal with like skateboarding and Instagram? Like, it used to be kind of like the videos and stuff. How have you transitioned a little bit?
Yeah, the big break was like 1 minute long videos, right? Because everyone had their 15-second videos or whatever before. So now there's a lot of incentive to, instead of save up all your video footage for some part or some project, people just go straight to Instagram, right? They just go on the streets or at the skate park or whatever, film something and put it on Instagram right away. And there's people that do that all the time, and people are constantly watching what they're doing. They're seeing them, do a new trick every day or something at the park or whatever. And then there's other people, there's like some really big skateboarders that don't even have Instagram, but they still end up appearing on it, right? Like their other pro skater friends or whatever film them, and they just hashtag their name because they can't actually tag their handle. And they're just like, they're all over Instagram, but they don't even have an account. So you just search up them by their hashtag.
That's underground.
Oh, wow. That's very, a lot of the boys haven't gone mainstream. But.
Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of funny. Like one notable one I could think of is Wes Kramer. He's like never had Instagram. I don't think he has a cell phone. He's had the same car like forever. I think he lives at his parents' house in San Diego, but he's like everybody's favorite skateboarder. He's just like so fucking good, super cool. And he just doesn't fuck with Instagram. He's just like, but he's on it every day. If you open it, all his sponsors and shit post videos of him and just fucking hashtag his name, right?
Can't get away from it. So Like Chase, I kind of remember you as a bit of like a organized sports guy, a little bit of toxic masculinity. I think you played soccer and stuff. Like how do you get into skating? Like what put you into skating?
I think I asked for a skateboard. So I'm just pouring this drink
No,
here.
Yes.
Gingerly.
I asked
Nice
for a
old
skateboard
Milwaukee.
for kindergarten, for Christmas and kindergarten. So shout out my mom and my dad, whichever one bought it, from Canadian Tire. It was an Extreme Pro. I think that was the name. Very extreme. The wheels weren't even made of urethane. They're like plastic or something. So the rocks
Yep.
get embedded into them and they just stay there. And yeah, I got a board, and I think I had seen other people skating around. Like, you guys might remember that wooden skate park beside the arena.
I
Like
do
a long
actually remember
fucking
that.
time ago. It was like pretty much where the old skate park is now, but kind of like in the parking lot, a little closer to the arena. And I remember like cruising by there, probably going to like hockey practice, because I played hockey in kindergarten, and seeing people skateboarding there, and I was just fucking hooked. Like, I saw them doing it, and I just wanted to do that shit.
How was it like with the board? Because that's why I never skateboarded. Because no offense to my dad, but he bought me. It was probably better than Canadian Tire, but the wheels wouldn't move. I needed independent trucks and like Bones Reds, and I would have been totally fine. But
Yeah,
like, could you
I
do
know,
anything
it's
with
funny,
that
like,
board?
you could like get a used skateboard from, someone down the fucking street or something. They could hand it over, and it's probably going to be way better than
Yeah,
like some board that your parents might pick up at fucking Canadian Tire or something, not
yeah.
realizing they're making a goofy mistake. It's like going and getting your, I mean, I don't know, but it's like getting your hockey tape at fucking Walmart or some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Canadian Tires, like they're good. Like their Cuisinart pans are like unbelievable, but skateboarding, like leave it to the pros. But so how long did it take you? Like you're skateboarding, obviously you're shredding, you're 5 years old, you're doing nollie kick flips down 5 sets. When did you start making the transition into filmmaking?
I think I was kind of like always filming. I think I had a video camera like around my house, like my mom had one or something, and I would just always be using that. And I watched so many skate videos when I was really little. Used to go on those fucking, well, it was like you could do it on LimeWire or whatever back in the day, download
Yeah.
videos. I would get skate videos and shit on there,
That's super
watch
cool.
them, and I would just fucking watch them over and over and over and like memorize like every trick and shit. Like, but when you're a kid and you got all that free time on your hands, you're just so like I don't know, invested in it. I was just watching skate videos forever. My friends would come over, Cameron would come over to my house, and I'd be like,
Yeah.
"Yo, check it out! I downloaded this new video. I got fucking dial-up connection though, so it took me 6 days, but I got it." And then like,
Yeah.
we fucking pull
So
it up at the
class.
house and like be watching it, and then like next week I'd have another one. Like, takes a
Oh,
week, but I'd have it.
Dude, the absolute struggle of going on LimeWire and like investing like 24 hours to download like a small video and like making sure your computer doesn't crash and like checking on it.
also
was
risking
nuts.
your like your family computer's life. Like you're
Yeah.
putting your like family's computer, you're like dropping
Like
them in
yes to every
Syria.
box that opens.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like
Dude,
in the height of
speaking
the
of fully flared,
Oh
that's
yes.
fucking hilarious that you brought up fully flared. When that movie first came out, and Canadian Tire actually, I was working at Canadian Tire, got off work because I had been downloading it. I got a link and I thought I was downloading fully flared because it hadn't come out yet. Everybody on all the skateboard message boards was trying to find a link to it because
Yeah.
the premiere just happened in like Los Angeles, and we knew that like someone had filmed it. So I'm downloading it and I'm like, yeah, I got it. It's gonna be ready when I get off work at Canadian Tire. I got off the late shift, come home, fucking hit play. It's like some gay porn or something. It's like someone out there, some skater too,
Yeah.
because
Put
it
it-
would have had to have been a skater,
Yes.
knew that everyone was looking for that video, and they fucking posted it on there.
That's the most
somewhere.
LimeWire
And
thing
I
ever.
fucking downloaded that shit, and I'm sitting at home going, yeah, and then that shit pops up. I was so fucking let down. And then the very
Man.
next day, there was a link. So within 24 hours, I didn't get to
Oh.
see it.
So
It was fucking hilarious.
similar story, but like not well. Try getting Napoleon Dynamite before it hit DVDs. And I open it, and it's just two like 70-year-old people just going at it. And I watched it on the family computer. I didn't watch the whole thing, but I opened that on the family computer.
Oh,
So, Dad, if you're listening,
you just risk your life downloading that shit. But I want to know because I'm learning like skateboarding, and it's tough, very hard, especially when you're 27 and have like a full-time job and like other commitments. But when did it start to click for you, Chase, when you were skateboarding? Like, was there a certain age or a certain moment that you're like, okay, I understand this and I'm I'm in control.
I think like one breakthrough moment I remember skateboarding with Reed Turner. Shout out Reed.
Oh,
We were skating in Reed's driveway.
nice.
And I think like Steve had built a box or something. Like he had some kind of a box there. And I remember like I did a kickflip off of the box, or maybe I just did one like on flat that day or something. But it was like the day I learned to kickflip. And that was like it. Like I remember being like, now I can do it all. Because like once you can do like one trick, then you can start, you know, like all the tricks kind of start from a kickflip. You add a shove it to it, or you add another something.
What age were you? Did you kickflip?
Fuck, I was probably in like grade 4 or grade 5 or something. But dude, all the little kids at the skate park now be like 5 years old and doing a 3-flip. Like they can fucking do more tricks than me.
That's insane.
It's nuts. So when you're like doing when you're doing a video, because we've been watching a lot of like the Thrasher, like My War, and seeing guys like,
those are the best ones. That's a real look into a fucking.
Do you want to explain? Do you want to explain My War for probably 99% of the people?
For our listeners that are too mainstream, My War, they take like someone like apart from one of their skate videos, and they go to that. They kind of like explain how long it took them, and it's like a little mini documentary on the trick. So we just watched like the Sammy Bacca one where he went to that place 27 times on the bus. He said, I took the bus from Vegas to LA, 6 hours. Yeah. Then I got fucked up at the rail. Then took the bus home, took the kids to school. But 27 times he went to do this like gnarly no slide, shove it out.
And he's like falling and just
it was nuts, this crazy railing. But like, and this is, I want like just like a broad number because I know it's different. But when you're doing like a skate part, how many times does it take to get one of those tricks down? Because I know it can take first try or it could be 20. Like, what's like the average if you had to like just throw a number out?
Yeah, I guess it kind of depends on the person. Some people can show up with like a trick in mind and get that shit in like 5 tries or something. Fuck, sometimes it takes me 100 tries to film a trick that I really want, right? But if it's like the last trick in your video part, like what you guys are talking about, like the My War thing, that shit can take a while because, excuse me, you want to get it like perfect, right? You don't want it to be like, if you know it's going to be your best trick and you've been thinking about it and you're like going to do the hardest trick on the hardest rail and that's going to be your last trick, because it's all, everybody judges your video part by the last trick a lot. They'll just fucking, if they don't want to watch your whole video, they just fast forward 3 minutes into your video and watch like your last bangers. You call them the bangers, like the end tricks. So a last trick like that will take somebody a long time, maybe multiple trips to the spot. There was another really good My War with the skater of the year from last year. His name is Milton Martinez. I don't know if you watched that one, but it's so fucking crazy too. There's this infamous spot in Los Angeles called the Car Wash, Sunset Car Wash. It's basically
he's jumping off the roof onto
the big ass steep bank, right? And he's trying to kickflip into it because people have ollied that spot a few times. Like somebody ollied into it, and Mark Gonzalez tried to ollie in, and he slammed on his face super hard. Somebody else, Jim Greco, ollied into it backside. He had to go there at like 5 a.m. numerous times to get the clip, and that was in Baker 3. And then when Milton Martinez goes, he's trying to kickflip into the bank. So no one's ever done a trick into the bank, and he goes there, and they show the footage of his first like session or one of the first sessions. He fucking breaks his leg trying to fucking trick. Yeah, and he doesn't get to go back for like a fucking year and a half or some shit. It's totally insane. Crazy. So like some tricks can take a fucking year and a half. Like he like held up his video part and everything, knowing that kickflip into the bank was gonna be his end or like what he wanted to do. And you can't really skate with no broken legs. So
no, and when you watch it, you're just like, you watch it, and then you watch a good actual skate comp like X Games or something like that, and you're like, the guys aren't going anywhere near as hard as the X Games. But then you got to realize like it can take like some guys like 2 years to get a trick.
Right. Yeah, and like when you're skating the X Games on like a skate park or some shit, it's all like built to a T. It's all perfect. They inspect that shit before the course starts. Or Street League, if you ever watch that, they like make those skate parks before the event. Like it's all brand new. It's like brand new, perfect concrete. And then you go to these street spots that they're trying to do these tricks at. Everything's all fucked up. It could be like a 100-year-old flight of stairs. It's like run up is all cracked. Everyone's trying to put Bondo. They use like car Bondo on the run up to like, you know, a stair set or a handrail a lot.
Yeah.
And to just, smooth out the runway. Same thing on the landing, put down like a sign and tape it down or something. So if you like watch the skate footage really carefully, tons and tons of spots will be like worked on like that. Like someone comes there with a leaf blower and then they weed eat a little bit of the shit and then they put a condo down and then they put a sign down. And like all to do something on a particular rail somewhere. Even if they find another one that looks just like it or something, they want to do it on like the iconic spot, right? So people recognize it.
So unreal. So you're in grade 4, you've kickflipped. Did you have a lot of friends like when you were getting going that were into it, or did you pull a lot of people into skateboarding?
Yeah, I think I pulled a lot of people in like fucking Terrace anyway, because I was doing it from quite a young age, and then most of my friends at Veritas though all became skaters. Scott would know this. We fucked with skating at Veritas.
Dude.
It's because we were being held down by the Bible for so long. We had to break free.
I know, man. Dude, like we had to rebel.
Exactly.
We didn't have uniforms, so we couldn't rebel by not wearing uniforms. We had to rebel somehow. So we just shredded the gnar. Guys were doing all these.
I remember like in your class, like Jacob Lambert was a fucking good skater.
Yeah.
Shout out Jacob at Sherwood Mountain.
Shout out to Jacob.
Yeah, I remember like because when we played basketball, like Jacob, like the basketball's a hot potato. If you passed the basketball to Jacob, he would either shoot or pass, and he would shoot from literally anywhere, like half. You pass it to him, he'd be like, "Oh shit!" and he'd just shoot it. And then like Jacob got on a skateboard. I'm like, he's so good at this.
Some people just clicks that kind of stuff.
I'm like, how can he not bring this onto the basketball court? But it's because of the stupid toxic masculinity in team sports.
So you've got your crew now, and then when did you start? Because you said you were always sort of filming, but when did it really start? We're like, we've got a group of people that can skate, like my buddies. When did you decide, and when was the first like actual video that you did? Because that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I remember in grade 8, there was Marshall Van Horn was the other skate filmer. Yeah, shout out 2-6. Hope I didn't butcher that. I hope that's still your name.
I think it's 2-6.
Or is it Fatal Attraction? There we go.
I think
it's Fatal.
Okay, Fatal Attraction.
Yeah. And so me and Marshall were super tight. We fucking became friends in grade 8. He skated. He knew all the kids from Southside that skated, and that was like the best thing you could be, was the friends of the Southside kids, because then no one could kick your ass or anything, and no one would fuck with you, because you had like all these like fucking kids who went to Cassie Hall that actually knew how to fucking fist fight.
Yeah. A bunch of kids on Graham Avenue just beating the living hell out of people.
Graham Avenue, exactly. They're probably all from there. And I just remember like skating with those guys, and Marshall had a camera, and he was making a little video in grade 8. And after that, him and I made a video in grade 9. Actually, he probably made more of it, but I remember giving him some footage for it, because I had been filming, and I was like, go to his house and give him my footage, and then we kind of made a video together. And then in grade 10, we made Cheesecake Mistake.
Yes, classic.
That one has stood the test of time. Everybody fucking remembers that.
Yeah, man, that's a classic.
Yeah, I had like a video premiere for that back at the Elephant Series. Before
I wore an iTech hat.
No, sorry. Ooh. It was the Artful Cup back then. We had it at the Artful Cup, and then it became the Elephant Series.
I forgot about Artful Cup, dude.
Yeah, Brody LaMarche worked there. Shout out Brody.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, guy. Yeah, I remember that was the first time, like, it's weird. Until I watched Fully Flared, I never actually really wanted to learn how to skateboard. But I remember being, like, super impressed, just because as much as it's different, like, recording music is actually kind of similar to, like, doing skateboarding, because, like, sometimes you do it in one take, but usually it's a lot of practice to get to be able to do your part in the recording. And it's the same idea with skateboarding. So I think I just had a big appreciation for what you guys were doing. So I didn't realize it was grade 10 though, that was your first video, was the premiere. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, man, we had it there at the Artful Cup. And I remember Torsten McIntyre was working there as well. And Torsten McIntyre, at the very end of the movie, he comes up to me and he goes, "Oh, I just saw the name of the movie on the title on the screen. I thought it was called Cheesecake and Steak." As if either one is a better name. They're both just fucking heinous.
I think they're both deadly.
I thought that was hilarious. I had a good laugh about that. And then,
Jesus.
yeah, I went on to premiere my other videos there as well, and it became the Elephant's Ear. They kept letting me show all my videos there, and I would just fucking like go talk to the owner or the manager or whatever and be like, hey, can I play my video? And they always said yes, and they would like bring in a keg of beer and shit. It was always super fun.
Yeah, man, sick. They're a blast.
So I assume when you like first started filming, like before you actually made a movie, like you're probably just kind of like dicking around with a camera. What's the process like for you though, and how did it evolve? Like going like organizing shoots, because I imagine you always seem like you were the point man. Do you have to like organize shoots with guys and like actually kind of like be their boss a little bit, or what's the process like, or is it kind of free flowing?
Yeah, so sometimes there's a little bit of that. Like usually it's like a filmer or someone is kind of calling some of the shots. Most of it's pretty free, but it's usually like, hey, we're going to go out to this spot and I'm bringing my camera. And then they're like, oh, okay, or whatever. Or maybe if everyone else is meeting somewhere and they give me a shout and I go meet up with them. But a lot of the time, like when I lived in Terrace, we would just all go to the skate park after school or something. I'd always bring my video camera with me. And then we would just kind of go skateboarding. Oh, let's go over to wherever, go to the mill or just skate to the mill. And then usually it's pretty organic. Like if you're at a spot and somebody's got something they want to try, it'd usually be like fucking Ben Reinbold or some shit. He's like, yeah, I'm going to do this trick. He'd fucking do it in like 3 tries.
Classic.
And like, he never had any problems getting fucking clips. And then if you go somewhere else with somebody like film a manual trick or something and you got to film that shit like 2,000 tries because their tail scrapes and then it doesn't count. And then something else happens, it doesn't count. But like if someone's jumping down a fucking huge set of stairs, like if they make it to the bottom of the stairs and they're riding away, it's a make. Like you don't ever go down like, 12 stairs and like, oh, did he make it or did he not make it? Like, no, you obviously did or didn't do it on like a big set of stairs, but on like a little manual pad or something, everybody wants to check the footage after and go, oh, did I did it look okay? And it's like they make you film it all over again. But that's just the way it is.
I never thought about that.
Yeah,
so like you skate with someone like Ben or something. Ben was always jumping off some big shit, and he would like, go to some spot and do some trick on some big shit, and then like once you get it, you just got it, and like you don't really have to refilm it because if you 3-flip down the stairs or something, you kind of got it or you didn't.
And I guess too, like also when you're doing like manuals and stuff like that, it's pretty low impact. But if you're bombing down a huge set, like and you get it, you're like, my knees don't need to handle that again.
Yeah, exactly. Like even if you get one, you may be like, that was really risky, that trick I was trying. Or, sometimes people try tricks like on the fucking top of a building on a skinny fucking concrete thing. And you got to like ride on this skinny, like walking the plank or some shit. And it's like, you don't want to be trying that shit again. Like,
no, exactly.
You just accept it. Like if you want to go up and try it again, be my guest, but like you might fall and break your neck or something.
Yeah. I guess speaking of like a Ben Reinbold, and I was just going to ask you, like, just to give a few shout outs, like, is there any skaters in Terrace that you maybe think don't get enough love, or who are your favorite skaters other than yourself in Terrace or that are from Terrace?
Yeah. Like, I mean, a lot of the people that I like grew up with skating are a little older now and are still skating, but I know that there's the new shop opening up that Kayleen Thomas is opening. So shout out Kayleen and Unbound Apparel.
Yes,
Go follow them on Insta right now.
Once they open up, we're going to give them some ad reads.
Yeah, I just saw that they have like some they got a little skate team, and I think that's super cool that there's like young kids that are still into doing it and shit, because you can have fun doing that shit wherever. You don't have to be down here in Vancouver or in Los Angeles or something, like where I should probably be if I want to be fucking even bigger or whatever, right? It's like, you can still just have fun doing and shit. It's like how skiing and snowboarding in Terrace is like so fucking good, right? But it's not Whistler. But like people come from Whistler to go skiing up here, and they go, holy fuck, you guys have the best mountain. You should be so stoked that you have what you have, kind of thing. Yeah. So there's kind of the same aspect of that. Like there's some good skate parks and stuff up in the Northwest, and there's like there's people that are like, into doing it and enjoy doing it. So I think anyone who enjoys doing something like that should keep doing it.
Sick. That was a really good answer, because you didn't name one Terrace skater.
Yeah. Those little kids whose names I don't know.
They're the underrated ones?
You on Insta.
Yeah, they're good, actually. There's this one kid that I've found I think he's from Kitimat.
Phrasing.
It sounded bad. Yeah. Not actually like, anyways, he was like in a vid. I think he was one of the Unbound people, but he's got like, what is the look? They're like, you're like literally hunched over and you've got long hair and your upper,
He just disappeared.
yeah, your upper body like doesn't like, you look like a ghoul. Have you seen those kind of guys? They're really lanky and they kind of like go like this and they do the tricks and they like, when they land it, they look like they're like, they just found out that their whole family like died in a fire or something. Have you ever seen that kind of look, or am I not?
I don't know.
Probably. I'll try to I'm making, well, Scott, whenever
I'm just kidding. Sorry, James.
You know, James doesn't actually look like that, but I'll send you a link of a person that skates like that. I find it so freaking funny. But anyways, you do a question, Pimpy, because clearly you don't like what I say. So
Well, I was trying to picture it. I couldn't picture it.
I'll find it.
Okay, if you find it, and then we're gonna get back into it. I want to know, Chase, like, what's the worst bail you've ever taken personally? Because I know I remember seeing a video of you, and you're like doing, I think, like a Fakie kickflip, like 180 down a bank, and you bail, and you like jar your leg, and you get up, and you got your long hair whipping around, and you start swearing, fuck this fucking sport. And I'm like, yeah. That's probably not the worst bail you've even taken. So, like, can you walk us through it?
Fuck, let me think. I've had quite a few bad ones. One time when I was really little, right behind you there at the Terrace skate park, I was fucking, instead of trying to ollie off the actual 5-set, but pretty much right behind Scott's right elbow or right shoulder here, there's the little drop that drops down into the runway of the 5-set, and I tried to like do a little ollie down it, and I think I just stuck and I shot forward. And this was like right when I stopped wearing a helmet because I thought I was a fucking little badass or something. Yeah, I was probably like 8, and my mom dropped me off with my helmet on, and when she drove away, I took it off. And I like ollied and stuck and just launched headfirst into that wall there, and I like dinged my dome off the fucking concrete. Oh. And I remember like there was like one other person at the park or something who I didn't even know, and they were like, "Are you all right?" And then like that was it, and no one was there for me, and I was just like there holding my head, being like, "I should have worn my fucking helmet. My mom was right."
Did you put it back on after that for a while?
No, I think that was the last day.
I'll have a vet move rookie mistake involving helmets in a bit. So got a question. So you guys went down or have done a couple trips where you went like down. I think you went all the way to Mexico. Is that true?
Yeah.
Can you tell do you have any funny stories about any of your trips, your skating trips?
Oh, fuck yeah. Nothing but funny stories usually.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, me and all the boys from Terrace in like 2013, we drove down the Oregon coast and then to San Francisco and LA. That was like me, James, Adam, Steve Chapman, Joel Wood, and Kyle Inkster too, James and Kyle Inkster. And yeah, we all went down there. One funny thing that I still remember from that, I had heated seats in my car. Yeah. And the Volkswagen, they just flip on with the little like little dial. Yeah. And I'd be like driving on the highway, and James would be sitting in the fucking passenger seat. We're in like Los Angeles. I didn't have any air conditioning. Yeah. And James would just really sneakily fucking put his arm over and crank my heated seat to max. So he'd be driving, and I'm like, I'm fucking boiling, boys. What the fuck? James is sitting there all straight faced, but James knows this. I can read him like a fucking book. He would just be like, and eventually my ass would just be on fire, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? And then you just crack out laughing. So we kept doing that to each other, like throughout California, cranking the heated seat up when we were literally already dying of like exposure, and then fucking flip the heated seat on and just die a little more.
Is that the red car?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, I did drive that to Los Angeles with Adam, though. And I blew up a cylinder on the highway on the way into Los Angeles. So I was running on – suddenly I was going 140 on the highway, and then suddenly my car would only go 100. I dropped 40 kilometers an hour, and then the cylinder blew out, and I just drove the rest of the way there on 3 cylinders. And then on the way back home, when we finally got back to BC, my car wouldn't even go up some of the hills in northern BC, like on the way back to Terrace. I like got stuck in a divot outside of Prince George where like the highway does this and there's a little bridge at the bottom. And I was like sending it in 3rd gear down and across and up, and I couldn't make it up the up. I had to pull over, fucking U-turn, go all the way back, and then try it again even faster in like 2nd gear or something.
Oh my
But,
God.
yeah, that was the red car. That thing didn't live long after that.
Yeah, I heard after James did that 5-0, it just killed it.
Yeah.
I
Yeah, that
heard-
was it. Yeah, we did skate my car at the mill. That was a fucking good one. There was a photo of my car up in ruins for a long time. James grinding it right when you walk into ruins there.
Yeah, it's a sick pick.
Yeah, that was pretty funny. It was James's idea to skate my car. He was like, "Oh, your car's a fucking piece of shit. Let's skate it."
Oh, and he totally made it sound like, yeah, Chase was cool with us grinding his car. He didn't mind if we skated it. He was pretty cool.
That's probably how he explained it, yeah.
I heard a crazy rumor, though, that you and Adam were at the Kitimat skate park and you actually had to leave because the 10-year-old scooter kids were way too aggressive. Can you tell that story, please?
I'm glad you brought this up, Kyle. Shout out Kitimat.
Yeah, it's gnarly there, man.
Yeah, we were skating there, and it was just Adam and I. This would have been in like 2013. And there was some family that lived right beside the fucking skate park in Kitimat. And they had like 5 little boys or something, ranging ages from like 3 to like 13 or something. And dude, I don't know what the fuck was wrong with them, but they were like little devils or something. And so we're just skating the park. We fucking skate here all the time. We're always at the skate park. We recognize everybody there. People recognized us there and shit. And there's like some old guy that we had seen for years around the Kitimat skate park that would walk around with a fucking shopping cart, pushing that shit around, collecting pop cans. The guy was literally like 80 or something. He's like hunched over, could barely fucking move, and was just doing his thing, collecting pop cans. Probably the same ones that those fucking kids threw on the ground or some shit, right? And one of the little kids like ran over to this old man, and they were like harassing him, and they were like saying a bunch of shit to him, and they were like taking cans out of his car or his cart, like throwing them at him, taking his cans and like doing shit. And me and Adam watched this shit go down for like 5 minutes, and we're like, what the fuck? This is pretty fucked up. Why don't they leave this guy alone? And he was like an elderly man who couldn't protect himself from the 5 little kids, right?
Yeah.
And there was literally like, I didn't remember like noticing anybody else there at the park that I knew, except my buddy Nolan Belash, I think, was there that night.
Shout out.
But he was younger back then too, and I think I was probably like, I don't know, like 22 or something, or 23. But basically they kept harassing the old man, and then eventually one of the little kids ran up and just pushed his whole shopping cart over and like knocked all his cans everywhere. And then I just kind of lost my shit because I was like, all right, these kids need to fucking...
It's go time.
Yeah, they need to straighten the fuck out. Like, what the fuck are you doing? And the whole time this is going on, the fucking kid's mom was there at the skate park. She was just like, I don't know what the fuck was wrong with this bitch, but she was just sitting there watching everything go down. She's just watching it happen. And so eventually I realized she's not doing anything. So I go up and I'm like furious at this point because they knocked all his cans everywhere and he can't even like bend over to pick them up barely.
Yeah.
And I like grabbed one of the little kids, probably like, I just grabbed him by the shirt and just like shook him and was like, you can't fucking treat people like this. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And as soon as I got those words out of my mouth, the other like gang of kids, they all swarmed me. And like I was alone. Adam was at the other side of the park, and buddy Nolan was like at the other side of the park or something. I figured I was gonna shake them and tell them to fuck off, and they were gonna listen. But no, they fucking ganged up and they all gathered around me. And now it's me, the only adult, and the oldest kid had to be like maybe like 13 or something. And all the kids just circled us, and they were fucking screaming and freaking out. And the mom came over, and the mom's like, "Don't you touch my kid? Do you know who their dad is?" And I was like, in the heat of the moment, I just turned over to her and I was like, "You're their fucking mom?" I was like, I called her a deadbeat or something. And then she like lost her shit and she starts going, "Do you know who their dad is?" And I remember saying like, "I bet he's a fucking coke dealer." And she lost her shit. And she lost her shit on me, and they just all swarmed me. And they basically like kicked us out of the fucking park. Like we couldn't really do anything because I wasn't about to like, you know, throw a punch at some little kid, and the oldest one being 13 and the youngest one's like 5. So there was nothing we could do. They weren't listening to anything we were saying. They were just swarming us from all angles. And then they all started picking up rocks. And these fucking kids in front of their mom, literally with their mom's blessing, all picked up these rocks and were like threatening to fucking all start throwing rocks at us. And I was like, holy shit, like, what am I going to do? Like, there's like 5 of them. They all start throwing rocks. I don't even know what I'm going to fucking do. Like, so we basically were just like, all right, we're fucking out. Fuck Kitimat. Got into the car and I was like, Adam, let's go. We're fucking out of here. We like start to go to the car. They follow us to the parking lot. They've all got big rocks. They're like scouring for the biggest rocks they can find. They've got ones like the size of softballs. And their mom is like, yeah, fucking get him. Yeah. And she's like all fucking like riled up, probably off her fucking,
Whoa.
who knows, man. And like, they just circled the car with the rocks and we were like, all right, we're done. We're out of here. Fuck it. I'm just going to back down from this one. And we get into the car and we're pleading with these little kids, please don't smash the windows of the car. Like, cause like we just wanted to leave. Like, I guess if they did that, we probably would have fucking phoned the cops and come back and did something. Cause we knew where they lived. They lived fucking like right there. We saw them coming out of their house when they came over. Like we knew where they lived and everything. It wasn't like we had no info on these kids. We just wanted to get the fuck out of there. So as we left, they're holding up the rocks, threatening to fucking do it. And we get in the car and we're trying to reverse. And one of the little kids, like one of the youngest kids, ran up and spat in my face.
Oh my God.
And we just peeled out and we like left and we started driving on the highway back to Terrace and we're saying nothing. We're sitting there like, did that really happen? Like, what the fuck was that? And then I don't think we went to Kitimat for like a year.
Oh my God.
So you never found out if the dad was a coke dealer?
That was just an assumption, but I could probably, I don't know, I'd probably say he was, yeah.
Yeah, high chance.
Not very long after that, though, the next time I went to Kitimat, or I talked to somebody from Kitimat who knew them and the family and shit, and they said the family had up and moved to Vancouver Island or something. So these people are long gone. So no fear of going to the Kitimat skate park now and getting attacked by a child with a fucking weapon. But
jeez, yeah, I was planning on going, and then I was thinking no. But
wow, at least that's a happy ending. They fucked off.
Whoa.
Pretty much
one of the better stories I've ever heard.
Yeah, that was unbelievable. I don't know if this next one will top it, but I heard the unofficial mayor of a Portland skate park just.
Oh yeah, you must have been talking to James a lot.
Yeah. James is our new friend.
Yeah. That was a really good one. That was probably I didn't really have any excuse for that one. I just had no clean clothes that day. We went to there's a skate park in Portland. It's a DIY, do-it-yourself skate park, just like the Mill here in Terrace, where you go and you build your own shit. The city doesn't give you any money. You fucking mix Quickcrete in a fucking barrel, and then you make a skate park. So they got a really, really cool one in Portland. It's called Burnside. It's under the Burnside Bridge. And it's been around for years. They're always adding to it, always making it bigger and better. But yeah, we went there in 2013. This is probably the 3rd time that I had been there, maybe the 4th time. And we were skating there, and we were on our way back at the very end of our trip. It was like the second last day of our trip. So we had just driven from Los Angeles all day the day before. We hadn't even gotten out of the car, basically. We were just like beelining it back to Terrace. Excuse me. And we like stop there. We go to skate at Burnside. And all I have in my fucking clothes bag is like a bunch of dirty clothes that I already worn like 3 times. And then there's like one shirt that I only wore like 2 times or something. And it was like this, it was like a fucking raglan shirt over a baseball tee with like 3/4 sleeves. And it was all tie-dye. It was kind of kooky.
Yep.
And I had like some fucking swim shorts or something. And I was just like, and no socks. I didn't have any socks either. So I tried to go to like the most infamous fucking skate park in Portland with that bullshit outfit on. And we get there and we're skating around. And then, there's this guy who just lingers and lurks around at the skate park there. And he basically lives there. He's always there. Mm-hmm. And everybody calls him the mayor of Burnside. And that dude was there and he's like notorious for calling people out. And that's what happened to me. He fucking let me have it. We like got there to the park and he was like, "Where the fuck are you from, Nevada?" And he like yelled that across the skate park at me. And I was like, well, I kind of thought Nevada was cool until now, but and then it just went from there and he was just beaking my outfit. And for the first little bit, I kind of took it and was kind of laughing and this and that. And then he just like kept going. He was really reaming me out. Like he was just making fun of me in front of other people there just to be funny. And then I eventually kind of just like snapped and like let him have it. I was like, all right, man, I'm just here to skate. You need to shut the fuck up and let me fucking skate. Like, watch me skate for 5 minutes. I can fucking do some shit here kind of thing. And he was like, oh, yeah, whatever. And then I just, like, dropped in and did, like, my best run I could. Like, tried to air over the hip or do a grind on some shit. And I came back. I was like, yeah, what's up, motherfucker, or something like that. And he was like, yeah, all right, you're cool. And he, like, everything kind of patched over. And he was, like, all right with me.
I love that.
He's probably just low-key still hitting on me, but just didn't want to say it to my face anymore because I was finally, like chirping him back a little bit. But that's what'll happen, man. Like, especially when you go to those, like, really, like, infamous. There's, like, a million places you could go skateboarding in Portland. And if you go there, you better be, like, ready to get chin-checked or whatever you want to call it.
That's sweet. Do you want to move into either or?
Well, first, before we go into that, because some people are probably sitting here thinking, like, Chase, the guy got ganged up on by kids, and they might think he's a little bit of a joke after hearing that. I don't think so, but I don't know what other people are going to think. I can't control it. But you've actually been published by Thrasher, correct?
I had some photos a couple of years ago from there was a skateboard video premiere when I used to work at RDS, Red Dragon.
Shout out.
And they had a video premiere, and I shot all the photos for the premiere along with another photographer who worked there. And then, yeah, all my photos were on the Thrasher website for that premiere. So that was super cool. I got to shoot all these, like, pros and stuff. These people that have, like, grown up skating and watch. And I got to, like, hang out with them all night and shit. So that was super cool.
That's unreal.
Yeah. I went back to work, like, on Monday or whatever it was. And the other photographer who still worked there, he was like, yo, make sure you email Thrasher an invoice. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, all I wanted was my photos on their fucking shit. Like, what do you mean they're going to pay me? And then, so I did it. I sent them an invoice for a night's worth of shooting or whatever, and they fucking mailed me a check. For
no way.
It was for like $150 US or something.
That's perfect.
And I was probably pretty broke then, fucking working at RDS. They didn't really pay me very much. So I was fucking stoked. And I was like, so that was definitely a big, that was a big moment for me.
That's so cool.
Unreal. Now we can go to either or.
Okay, we're going to play a game, Chase. It's pretty complex. A lot of people have trouble with it, but a guy like you would never have trouble with something like this. You just pick either or. So we're going to go through it. Do you want to start?
Yes. EA Skate or Tony Hawk Pro Skater?
Oh, either. Does that sound right? I'm going to go with Skate. The game is a little better. You can fucking do all sorts of different tricks and stuff. When you play Tony Hawk, you fucking grind power lines and shit, but it's still fun. And it has its place. So
just a bit too hectic.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Skate.
Okay. Tony Hawk or Danny Way?
Oh, Tony Hawk. I mean, I love Danny Way. He's a fucking legend too. But Tony Hawk is our, like, Michael Jordan, right? Like,
he put it on the map.
He keeps skateboarding very relevant. Like, he's on fucking talk shows and, like, all this shit and movies and stuff. And, like, he's, like, people's talking point with skateboarding outside of it, right? Like, if I'm going to talk about hockey or something, I'm probably going to name a few people. And if I talk about basketball, I name a few people. And if people talk about skateboarding, they're probably going to name Tony Hawk.
Yeah.
And, but that was a close second. Danny Way is fucking definitely a legend. Skater of the year.
I think twice, maybe?
Yeah, in the 2000s. I don't want to get this wrong, but I think it was like 2004 or something. I probably just butchered that. But, yeah, Danny Way was Skater of the Year one year, and he's a fucking legend.
I think he might even have had it twice, but I could be totally wrong.
Oh, dude, you're right. He fucking did have it twice. How the fuck did you know that? You're like Nardwar over here.
I was looking it up the other day, man.
Yeah, you were.
But yeah, I remember his fucking part in like the DC video. I was so fucking stoked when that came out. Me?
Yeah. Skates to, what songs he skate to? One.
Yeah, my signature trick being ollie a deck after like 2 years of skateboarding. But yeah, his part when he hits the mega ramp, it's just nuts.
Yeah, dude, he goes so hard. The mega ramp is so crazy now. Like back then, only like a couple people were ever like filming on a mega ramp or something because nobody had one, and like you had to like have a shit ton of money and just build your own mega ramp or something when this all started out. But now they have that shit like the X Games and stuff, and like these like little kids that go practice at the local indoor skate park that has an indoor mega ramp into a foam pit and shit. Like kids have it all these days. So now there's these little kids. Like the first fucking kid that did a 1080 was like He was like fucking. He's a teenager. He was like fucking 15 or some shit.
It's insane.
Like no, it wasn't even like Danny Way or Tony Hawk or something. It was like the first 1080 was a kid, and he just grew up like flying into the fucking air off these ramps. You got all the time in the world. So
his dad probably owned like 18 Taco Bells in like the middle of Texas or something.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah. The next one.
Next one, Eric Austin or Andrew Reynolds?
Oh man, you guys got some good questions. Those are two of the best, man. Two of the best. I don't know. Me personally, I might go with Andrew Reynolds. He's pretty inspiring guy. He when they started their company called Baker Skateboards. Yeah. You guys would know a little bit about them. They started their company and the whole image and everything they were based off of was partying, drinking, smoking weed. The name of the company apparently came from the skater Ali Boulala, and they just called him like the Baker, or he was always baked, and they just called themselves like the Baker Boys, and then they decided to call the company Baker just because they fucking smoke so much weed and this and that and party all the time. And so a lot of those guys that started that company in like right around the early 2000s area, pretty much all of like the founding guys from that company were like addicted to some kind of drug, or they were partying really hard, or they were like into some like other shit and weren't as focused on their skating and stuff. And all of them have since all got sober and all come clean. And Andrew Reynolds was probably the biggest like catalyst in all that. He like quit drinking, quit doing drugs,
he's a dad now.
Smoking weed. Yeah, he just like drinks water and he still smokes cigarettes, but like he like made a huge 180 on all his video parts and stuff that he was filming in what you would think was like his prime years of skateboarding, like his late 20s or something. None of those video parts compared to the video parts he put out later in his early 30s and like now into his 40s when he became sober. He's like put out better video parts in his 30s than he did in his 20s because he's like so focused and so aligned on what he's doing, right? And that just kind of goes to show that like those kind of things can really hold you back from some greater stuff.
Yeah, the guy can frontside flip like anything. We watched his part in Baker 3 last night.
Yeah, that's the best video, man.
It was just like pretty good, and we're like, what's the hype about? And then like halfway through, he just turns it on.
It was killer.
And it's just nuts. Yeah, really good.
Yeah, dude. Speaking of that was the video part that he sobered up. So he filmed a lot of his video part for Baker 3 while he was still drinking and partying and shit. And you can tell in some of the footage and stuff, he's got like some of the clips where he's got like black hair, dyed black hair, and some kind of other like he just looks a little bit different, and that's why he was still partying and shit. And then he like fucking just switched it all up and started focusing really hard on getting really good video parts going, filming clips and stuff. And the second half of that part where, like you said, he starts to like turn it on, that's because he's sobered up, and half of that video part is filmed where he was like dead sober, not doing anything, just fucking going out and skating on missions and trying to get all his clips and stuff. And that's why the second half of his video part's so good.
Wow,
there you go, folks.
Fun fact.
Yeah,
don't do drugs. It's weird. Like it's kind of like that with music. There's guys that probably, I don't know about maybe songwriting on drugs is probably better maybe, but live performances, like so many people, like you're better live probably sober. You might think that you're not, but okay.
And everyone goes through those phases, but like, I mean,
for sure,
if you're fucking Elton John or something and you want to keep playing music into his age right now, he couldn't still be fucking having a bowl of cocaine in every room of his house, like his heydays where he could just go into any room and just fucking do zoots. Like, that was what he was doing for a while, or like fucking Slash or whatever. Didn't he drink like a 60-pounder every day?
Like,
right?
It just,
or at
it's
least
not
a 40
sustainable.
Or something. Like, how the fuck do you even do that? And then you drink a 40 and you go and perform with like Guns N' Roses or whatever. Like, what the fuck? It's fucking insane.
I know.
But it's amazing at the same time.
It's amazing, but also so incredibly destructive and dumb, but I love it at the same time a bit. Not forever, but for a short time, it's not too bad. Oh, ramps or rails? What do you prefer?
Ooh, I like rails. I like both, but you guys got some tough questions there. I like to skate rails. They're pretty fun. They keep you on your feet.
This next one, this is probably a very tough one for you. In terms of music, do you prefer local natives or Kings of Leon?
Oh, fuck. You already know. I don't know who the fuck Local Natives is, so I'm sorry about that, but I'm probably out of tune. We have a good Kings of Leon story, though, Kyle and I.
Yeah, we might not. We
I
could
have
tell
a
it.
rough history with Rogers Arena.
Yeah, we don't have to tell it, but all we'll say is Chase got kicked out of the same concert twice.
Oh, we can fucking tell it. Come on.
Okay, let's tell it.
We went to Kings of Leon. I don't know why I came. I don't really like Kings of Leon. I'm sorry, you guys. But I came with because all the boys were going.
Yeah.
So we all
you
went
don't
there.
even like them.
Yeah, but we had a great time until I got kicked out, right? And then we stayed in a hotel right by the concert. And I was trying to drink a 6-pack before we went in for some reason. I don't know why. And then I remember drinking like the last 2 beers like while we were going in. And I was basically like on the verge of blacking out and went into the fucking show. And I had like lined my hat with joints and like my pocket had all this weed on me. Because we had bought a fucking like big zip of weed from some guy on the phone when we got there, or like bought the hats for 3 days or something. And then we fucking get in there, and Kyle and Mario and Will and Andre are all sitting with me, and I keep trying to light up these ginormous joints that I've stashed in the brim of my hat.
Like, dude, like of all the times to do it, this is the worst possible time, Chase. And you're like, dude, I'll never forget this. Chase goes like, boys, I went to Rick Ross at Rogers Arena. We'll be fine. 10 minutes later, he's gone.
Dude, I just remember being like, everybody, I got this under control. I'm just like smoking this huge joint. And then I just get like the hand on the shoulder from security. And I'm like, what?
Yeah, he's
like,
gone.
Yanked me out of my chair. And like, they literally like 3 people like picked me up and like dragged me out of Rogers Arena. And I was like, what the fuck? I smoked weed with Rick Ross. Come on. Lil Wayne. I smoked weed at Lil Wayne. I was fucking a wreck, dude. That was bad. Yeah. And then I got outside of the venue, and we're outside Rogers Arena, and I think it's a great idea to run to the ATM and withdraw $200 to buy another ticket to the show, thinking I'll just scalp one outside and go right back in. Yep. I think it was like $100 or maybe $200. I don't know what it was. And I just took out the cash, went and bought a ticket from the scalper, got my ticket.
But it was an upper bowl.
Walked back into Rogers Arena like, everything's fine. I'm not the guy that just got kicked out of here. And then I get in, and I'm trying to meet up with you guys, and the same security guards, probably like they do this every day, and I'm not the first person caught doing this. Yeah. Oh, there's that fucking guy who thinks he's coming back, and they like see me on the cameras or whatever, and they just like all swarm me within like a couple minutes of me getting there. I couldn't even make it to come back to sit with you guys. And they just like all grabbed me again and did the same thing again. They just fucking dragged me out again. And they were like, don't fucking try it a third time. And they just basically like chucked me out the door.
And this was all at like 9 o'clock.
And I walked back to the hotel room and just passed the fuck out. And then I remember waking up at like midnight or something. You guys are all coming back from the show. You're like, that was so sick. The show was so awesome. Yeah. And I'm like waking up on the hotel floor or something like, oh fuck, boys, like how was the show? And everybody was just laughing at me. Like Mario was just like dying laughing at me, and like
it was,
that was
a moment I'll never forget.
Still had fun.
A moment I'll never
forget.
Glad
you brought that up. I was waiting to tell that story.
Next one, Pimpy.
Flame Boy or Wet Willie?
Oh fuck.
I'm a Flame Boy guy.
Flame Boy.
100%. I'll ask this last question. This is an important one. Drumettes, like drumsticks?
Well, like when you get chicken wings, like they're all drumettes.
Okay. Drumettes or flats? Like flat wings or the drumstick wings? What do you choose?
Are we talking like they're both bone in?
Yeah.
Oh, like when you get yeah. The drumstick or the flat. Holy shit. Never thought so hard about anything.
Yeah, man. It's huge.
I'm gonna go with drumstick.
Okay.
All right.
That's fair. Let's move on. We're going to do our top 5. We are running. We try to keep our pods tight, Chase.
All right.
So what I'll ask, and this has been freaking awesome, by the way. We're going to do our top 5 skateboarding tricks. And since you are the guest, you can choose whether you want to go first or second or third. You decide here, buddy.
Let's go third. Pressure's on you guys.
Okay.
Losers get first ball.
So I go again?
Yeah.
God damn it. Okay, so I don't know tricks that well. Like it's hard for me to like. Honestly, everything's happening so fast that I can't understand what's really happening. So when I look at a trick, they all look like kick flips and hard flips to me, or kick flips and like 3 flips. I never really know what the hell is going on. That's why I just like drop it. I just want to be a skater that just like Kyle Linkster style, just rides up walls and drops off shit.
Yeah,
And I just have cool music and I freaking have style. That's all I want. Anyways, right now I can barely move. Number 5, pop shove it, or just to shove it even. The reason why I like that is after every sick trick, you just do a little pop shove it just to be like, yeah, I fucking own this board. I don't know. I see guys do that. They do like a 360 laser and then they land it and everyone's like, oh, and then they just do a little pop shove it or a little shove it to be like, sup. Number 4, hard flip. This flip, I don't even really it looks like it's going to hit them in the balls or something. Like it's the weirdest trick and it psychs me out. Like I'm always just like, what the hell is going on? So that's why I like hard flips at number 4. Number 3, laser flip. I also don't really know what the hell is going on when I see it, but it's like the wow factor is just like, I don't even know what's happening. So that's why I like it. Number 2 is the 3 flip for me. I just think it looks really, really freaking cool. I don't even really understand what I'm describing when it comes to skateboarding tricks, but I think you guys were doing quite a few. You guys could do 3 flips, right? Quite a few guys on the NRBC skate team, eh?
Yeah. 3 flips are a little hard. That's one you usually learn near the end. But a 3 flip is fucking the reverse of a laser flip. It's like your board is a 360 and a kick flip, and then a laser flip is a 360 front side with a heel flip. So 3 flip and laser flip are just invert tricks. Like
well, that's kind of lame then. But that shows
no, it's still sick. Laser flips, fuck, those are hard, man.
I know, dude.
Fucking laser flip. Might have done like 1.
And my number 1, there's kind of it's a weird one. Well, it has to be on like a ramp or a steep incline, but a kick flip you have to go up the ramp or steep incline, do a kick flip and then go back down.
Yeah, kick flip to Fakie.
Kick flip to Fakie, dude. It looks so sick. Cam Hemmons did one the other day, and I was stoked. It was sick. Anyways, that's my top 5 tricks. Pimpy, fire away, my friend.
All right. Coming in at number 5, this is a special in Tony Hawk, and I will swear on my life that I did one in a flying saucer at the college. Christ Air. I don't think anyone does them, but they look sweet.
Yeah.
Like when you rip your board and you hold it out, so you look like Jesus on the cross when you rip the board out, and then you put it back under your feet. It looks sick, and I kind of did one a little bit on a flying saucer when I had a jump at the college. So
love it.
That's perfect. That's brilliant.
Number 4, dark slide. They just look freaking cool, and they're pretty technical. Rodney Mullen did a lot of those back in the day.
Fuck yeah, that trick is coming back hot too, man.
No way, really?
People be doing dark slides on Instagram.
Dude, they look so cool.
Yeah.
It's just like, it's fucking gnarly. Number 3, feeble grind.
Yeah, baby.
Front side. I think it just looks cool the way they like bomb. I don't know if they're harder than Smith grinds. I can't do any of these tricks, but they just looks cool the way they like shoot over the rail.
Yeah.
So coming in at number 2, blunt slide. Also, don't think I knew what a blunt was when I started playing Tony Hawk when I was like 6 years old.
Yeah.
So it took me a while to understand that it was named after marijuana and tobacco.
I need my sunglasses. I need half of a Viagra and a blunt. Anyways,
we'll explain that after the pod if you don't know. But like front side blunt slides and front side feebles just look cool as hell. They have a little angle. You just see them shoot over the rail. Very gnarly.
Man.
And number 1, laser flip.
Woo!
1, it's named after lasers, which are freaking sweet. 2, I think it looks so hard and so sick. And you don't see them very often.
If I'm manipulating
boys,
I want to use a laser.
Yeah.
Okay, Chase, you're up, buddy. No pressure.
Oh, all right. Number 5, the eggplant.
What is that?
That's a trick you do on a quarter pipe. It's like an invert. It's like a trick that you go up and you're fucking upside down. It's like doing it's like you're almost doing a handstand up on the fucking
sick
coping. It's one of those types of tricks. The eggplant is just a really cool looking one.
Yeah, it's a triangle button in Tony Hawk.
Yes, correct. Thank you.
Okay.
How about the Primo slide? That one's a classic. When you're riding along and you pop your board up on the side, and then you're like riding along the ground with like the what do you fucking call it?
Bolts or
the bolts on the end of your wheels, basically like fucking riding along the ground. You stand up on your wheels and your deck, kind of.
Like, I don't understand it.
So if your board's flat and it turns 90 degrees,
it's
not upside down but halfway, and you like stand on your wheels and like slide around on
absolutely
insane
insane
on the ground. Yeah, that's a fucking classic one. That's a Rodney Mullen one. If you watch his old video parts, he can like do like 3/4 of a kickflip and like land on like a ledge or something that he's waxed up, and then like ride his board fucking sideways and then like flip out. Basically nobody can do that trick. It's fucking you don't see those on Instagram. That's like the hardest fucking trick.
Yeah, I would not doubt that.
Yeah. Okay, how about the no comply? That's been one of the trendiest tricks of the last little while here.
So sick.
You take your front foot off the board and put it on the ground, and then use your back foot to kind of scoop your board up. So you're like stepping on the ground while you jump and do this trick. And there's a lot of people who've been skating like their fucking entire lives, and they like can't get the hang of that trick. For some people it's just kind of harder, or they don't like how it looks, they're not interested in it. So that's a cool one. A lot of people hate on that trick.
I love that trick.
But now people are like doing that trick on like a fucking handrail, like ride up to this rail, do the no comply, like put your foot down on the ground on the top step while you're hauling ass, and then like launch onto a rail and then grind it. Like that shit is so fucking hard. I will never fucking do that. And so yeah, that's a fucking cool one.
Also got a punk rock ass name.
It's so punk rock.
Oh, exactly. I mean, skaters don't really comply to a lot of things, so it kind of fits the bill, I guess.
Love it.
Another one
trick, or is this 2 or
2?
This is 2. Okay.
Number 2, the slappy.
What is
Y'all
that?
know what slappy is? That's when you grind a fucking curb or something really small without ollieing into your grind.
Oh.
Do you think I could learn that?
Wally, like you know how you wally on a barrel, you just kind of ride into it, and you just like slam into it and go up.
Oh, I could not do that.
Slappy's the same kind of thing. You just kind of ride at like a curb and like smash into it to grind it. So you're not allowed to ollie and land on it to grind. You have to just like ram into it and grind.
I think that'd be a Kyle Inkster style.
Yeah, he's good at them. He's good at them for sure. And like, yeah, it's another really kind of like controversial trick. Like some people can't fucking slappy at all. They've been skating for like 20 years. And they've done all the other traditional tricks. They can 3-flip, they can laser flip, but they cannot do a slappy. And they may not care to do one. Like they're like, fuck, I can do all these other tricks, like whatever. But some people like have a hard time learning that one, and it's pretty trendy. So I'll throw that one on there.
Killer.
Fuck it. Number 1, gonna have to go with the varial flip. The V-flip. Yeah, the
describe a varial flip?
The V-flip is the number 1 most controversial trick in skateboarding.
Why?
People hate the V-flip.
Why?
So forever, it was just like considered like an ugly looking trick for whatever reason. That's basically how I would put it. Everybody kind of has their own spin on it. But 3-flips and kick flips were so popular. And then the varial flip is kind of like the redheaded stepchild little fucking in-between trick that people just didn't like forever. Even if Eric Huston or fucking Danny Way or whoever does a varial flip, people would be like, oh, that doesn't look very good. Like, even if you do it down the biggest fucking set of stairs, and it would still be hard to do any trick down it, if you varial flipped it, people would be like, and like kind of cringe or something, right? But now, V-flips are fucking back hotter than ever, and people have been doing varial flips on fucking everything.
Love it.
And now, they just call it, a lot of people just call it the V-flip, and there's a resurgence. People are bringing it back, and they're like doing that trick specifically to like piss off people that don't like it. Like you'll see some pro skater that you know and you've watched all their video parts for 10 years, and you never see them do a varial flip, and now you see them doing, and you're like, oh, they're down with the varial flip, and you'll see some other skater who will never fucking ever do a varial flip, and they're just like, no, like no varial flips for me. And they just hate it. So the varial flip, number 1.
That's so weird that it's like, I always just saw like varial flips like a Charmeleon, like it's like the evolution between like a kickflip and a 3-flip. I didn't think it would be like uncool to like not do a 3-flip or a kickflip. It's like
it's like playing hockey and calling it a wrist shot. people are like, "What the fuck is that?" I'd be like, "Yeah, a wrist shot," and they're like, "You mean a fucking what do you guys call it?"
Well, we do call it a wrist
It is
shot.
a wrist shot.
But I remember saying that and somebody calling me out, like, I think it was like fucking Corbin LeGros was like, "It's not a fucking wrist shot, it's a fucking
Snapshot.
Corbin
snap
LeGros
or
was
some other shit." But I was probably like in high school. I didn't know what I was talking about. But I remember being like, "What do you mean? I played NHL. It's a wrist shot." They're like,
because
"Yeah,
sometimes there's like a wrist shot where you like kind of like you start it with a wrist shot, but then you snap your wrist instead of doing like a traditional wrist shot. It's like
yeah."
a hybrid. And that's probably what Corbin. Corbin's actually a huge fan of this pod, but we're gonna give an anti-shout to Corbin for bullying Chase.
Yeah, no one bullies Chase
Yeah,
except for
rude. Get off
13-year-old
my
kids,
ass.
Yeah.
old people that live at skate parks. Probably a lot of other people bully Chase too. But anyways, we're going to move on to a very popular segment that my lovely, wonderful dad created called Veteran Move or Rookie Mistake. Do you understand how this game works, Chase?
Fuck yes.
Okay, buddy. Do you want to go first, Pimpy?
Yeah.
Actually, maybe. Yeah, you go.
Okay. The first one, going to the Olympics for skateboarding where you can't crush beers and do drugs.
Like, do you like the sport aspect? Like, what do you think of the guy Nyjah Houston?
Nyjah Houston, yeah. He's like one of the craziest skaters. He's like changed a lot of things in skating.
Do you dislike him?
Yeah, he's crazy. No, I don't dislike that guy. I wouldn't say he's my favorite person to fucking watch. There's so many people in skateboarding now. You can't just fucking spend all day watching every single video. There's too many. So if he comes out with a new video or something, I might watch it because he does like the gnarliest shit ever on handrails. If you watch any of his parts, he would fucking blow the mind of the average person who you show them a video on their phone of a skateboarder and you go, "Oh, look at this guy going down this giant fucking rail, flat down, or whatever." Like, it's impressive for anybody, right? It's like if I watch some BMX video and they do some crazy fucking rail, I'm like, BMXing is fucking cool for that. Like, I don't fucking hate on it. But going to the Olympics, fucking the Olympics are cool and shit, but like you said, you can't be fucking drinking or like half the people that would probably win the Olympics aren't gonna fucking be there because they're just like, they're not going to pass the fucking drug test or whatever, like, you know? And it's probably just for smoking weed or something, but if it's the Olympics, they're going to be like, like, and you fucking so many pro skaters smoke cigarettes and shit too, like, a lot of them. And so it's just kind of ingrained in the culture. It's like, it's just the way it is. So, like, I'm going to go with fucking rookie mistake because a lot of people in skateboarding don't feel super stoked on everything about the Olympics. I think a lot of people are excited about it, but there's other parts about it where they're just like, I'm not interested in that. I'm just going to watch when the new Baker video comes out. I'm going to watch that.
It's too artsy of an activity in my opinion. But
I mean, there's like snowboarders and shit who don't watch the X Games and shit, and they just watch like street snowboard videos where they're out fucking filming on handrails and jumps in like downtown in some city and shit. That's what I love to watch. If I watch snowboarding, I fucking love watching like urban fucking people hitting urban rails and that kind of shit. Like, because it's so similar to skating anyway, but like that's what I love watching. I don't turn on the fucking TV and go, "Oh, the X Games is on. They're snowboarding on the half pipe." I'm like, whatever. I don't fucking
next one, veteran move, rookie mistake, playing hooky at the 24-hour famine to get chips from Copperside.
Man, you guys dug up all this dirt on me. That was a fucking rookie mistake because I got kicked out of the fucking prom for that one.
I know. At least it was grade 10 prom, I guess, eh?
Yeah, that was some fucking bullshit, though.
What chips did you get?
I mean, whatever, but we, like, fucking left the famine to go to fucking... we left the famine to go to fucking... I'd done the famine the year before and I actually did it the whole time. So the next year when I was doing the famine, I was like, I already did the fucking famine. We'd, like, go to our locker, pull out snacks and shit, and, like, whatever. We still went to the school all night to participate and still raised money. So like, but we fucking like lodged some rocks in the door and tried to walk to Copperside. And then on our like way back from Copperside, we saw our other friends. It was like Adam and my buddy Fidel. It was me and Colin D'Souza. Colin D'Souza and I got caught. We were walking back and we saw Adam and my homie Fidel and we like crossed paths. We're like, "Hey, what's up? Did you like take the rock out of the door when you guys were on your way to Copperside?" They're like, "Oh fuck. Oh shit, no, we totally forgot, like the door's locked now." So we were locked outside of the school. And we had just planned on walking back in, opening the door because we had the little rock lodge, but those guys fucking just went out the same way we did, forgot about the rock, and we're like, oh, fuck. So the 4 of us were all outside being like, how the fuck are we going to get back inside without getting caught? So I tried to run over to like by the gymnasium, like the wrestling room, and there was literally some other kids. I can't remember who it is. It was like, I can't even remember, but they were fucking outside smoking weed with some other people that had come and met them at the school at like 2 a.m. so they could smoke weed and then go back inside the school. And we saw them outside smoking weed, and we were like, oh shit, you guys gotta like let us in or something. And basically somehow we got let back in, but we all got caught coming back in. But like only me and Colin DeSouza got caught. The kids who were smoking weed somehow didn't even get caught. I didn't even smoke weed back then. I should have been. I would have been all right. And then me and Colin DeSouza fucking took the heat for everybody. We got caught coming back in, and the teacher was like grilling us. She's like, where the fuck's everybody else that left? I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. Nobody left. They're probably just fucking somewhere around the school. So when Adam and my homie Fidel come back, and they were like texting us, or we saw them or something, and without the teachers noticing, we went over and we opened the door and let them back inside after we had already been caught. So we saved their asses. And then the fucking teachers like only ever thought that it was me and Colin DeSouza that left. We saved everybody else. And we just took the whole heat. They're like, who else was there? We're like, no one.
Justice for chasing Colin.
Yeah.
So only the 2 of us had to miss the fucking prom instead of all 4 of us. So
we're gonna like sue Skeen, and we're gonna get you guys a prom.
Yeah, what the fuck? And you guys stole my childhood right out underneath me.
God.
We're gonna have spring rolls. They had spring rolls at my grade 10 prom. I think parents just like made food.
We had lasagna at mine, and classic. You got to wear the white tie with like everything black and the white tie. For some reason, grade 10, you think that's cool. I'm like sitting there eating my like lasagna, and I look down, and my white tie is in the lasagna. It's like it's like there's somehow like a sliver, like one of the like noodles somehow got on top of it. Like it was that in the lasagna. I'm like, fuck. So we did some Tide to go, and it did not work at all. Anyways, next one, Pimpy.
Yeah. So this one, I don't know if this brings back any daunting memories, but skitching. Skitching is when you hold onto a car on your skateboard and the car drives and you hold on. Skitching at speeds over 50 kilometers per hour.
You guys know all of my worst stories. That day, it was a rookie mistake, but in general, it's a veteran move.
Yeah,
The story behind that is we were getting towed into Clanza Creek. James was driving, classic James, always fucking me over. Yeah. And Cameron and I were holding on to the back of like somebody's truck or something. I think it was a pickup truck. And we're getting towed in there. And instead of riding my own skateboard, for some reason, I jumped on this cruiser board that James had. It's like the old 80s directional board with no nose, big tail, one of those boards. So I'm holding on to the back of the car, fucking hauling ass, going like 50. But I didn't realize, like I didn't test ride the board at all. I just hopped on and went for the skitch. They had like the night before, my buddy Alex, shout out Alex, he loosened the trucks on the board like a lot. Like they were fucking barely hanging on. So like you stand on the board and it just starts fucking going side to side. So we start going and Cameron's doing just fine. And we're up to like 30 and my board is just like vibrating like crazy. And I could not get a hold of James driving to slow down or to stop or whatever. There was just no getting the message across. And we just got going faster and faster. Yeah, we're probably going like 50. And eventually the board just like shook so fast. I was still holding on to the back and it shook so fast and it just like shot into the forest. And I was like hanging on the back of the truck and I just let go. And I was fucking skidded on the fucking ground for so long. I've still got a fucking scar from that one. I don't know if you can see it.
Oh.
I got a scar on my arm, and I got one on my hip from it too. This is from
Jesus.
Okay. See
Good
that boy?
Lord, yes, guy.
That's
for those that are
Clanza Creek driving.
Nice view of Chase's abdomen. I love it.
I fucking ate shit, and Cameron jumped into the. I must have been a pickup. Cameron jumped into the back of the truck and was like slapping the side of the truck, like James, stop. And I went way back around the corner. I think he even rounded the corner and was just gone, and I was just lying there like all defeated on my deathbed, like in a ditch at Clanza Creek. And yeah, that one really fucked me up. My elbow was so fucked up after that for like quite a while, actually.
So what is it? Yeah, veteran move in general.
It's usually a veteran move, but
in general,
check your trucks
skitching.
first.
I've skitched many times, and it's usually really fun. But that day, it was a rookie mistake.
veteran move, rookie mistake, riding Mongo switch or like pushing Mongo to like ride switch. Is that?
Ooh.
Because I can't do it, Chase. Like I'm not able to really do it without doing
questions. Because that's probably more controversial than the Vero flip. I could be wrong about that. I think it's another rookie mistake only because you gotta have like a you gotta be like somebody in skateboarding high up to be getting away with doing that these days.
Yeah.
Like Eric Costin,
Mhm.
he pushes switch Mongo. And that's
Really?
okay because he's fucking Eric Costin and he
Yeah.
looks
Yeah.
good doing it. Like when he pushes switch, he just fucking has his style to him. Like it looks good.
Yeah.
But most people do not push Mongo at all these days. Like it's definitely really dying out. But I learned to push Mongo at the fucking skate park until Jack Hayworth came up to me and was like, "Put your fucking left foot at the front of the board and push with your right foot." And I was like, "Yes, sir." And that was the fucking end of that. I think he taught me how to kickflip too. So shout out Jack Hayworth and Hayworth.
No way.
Nice. And for those
Love
that don't know, like riding Mongo is pushing with your front foot, and riding switch is riding the opposite way. So it's like you're pushing with your normal foot that you would when you ride in your regular stance.
It's confusing, man.
It's hard to explain.
I get confused.
Yeah, it's where you take your front foot off the board to do the pushing. That's Mongo. You always want to leave your front foot on the board. Push with that back foot.
I'm going to ask one more veteran move and you'll do the last
you
one.
Bet.
So say that you are a professional, you might be an accountant, and you're not handy, like you can't do anything with your hands. So this brain is really all that you have at your disposal. Is it a veteran move or rookie mistake to, at 27 when you're learning to skateboard, potentially wear a helmet if you're trying to like drop off stuff or like try tricks that are potentially dangerous?
No, hell no. It's a fucking veteran move, protecting your dome. It'd be like if I was going to fucking go play hockey with you guys and I just came out there with no helmet and I was acting hard, like everything was going to be aight.
Because I've been practicing with no helmet.
To get a fucking wrist shot in the fucking face. Like.
So should I be practicing with the helmet, do you think, if I'm trying like...
If you're like fucking around on flat ground, just cruising around really chill, you probably aren't very likely to smoke your head. I mean, it's not impossible. But it's like if you're going for a bike ride, like a chill bike ride, and you're not going on a downhill fucking, like, you ain't trying to fucking Sheldon Small Hot down a fucking drop or something, you probably don't need a helmet.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's probably still a better idea to have one all the time. I think in skateboarding, there's just kind of like an aesthetic to it. Did I say that right? Where, like, like if you become like a pro skateboarder or you're trying to reach that level and you're like filming a video part or something, it's very hard to like put out a video part and wear a helmet in all your footage. Like people are going to look at you and go, this guy must not be very good. He still wears a helmet. Like it almost shows like your level of like dedication or something to it. If you can trust yourself enough to try these tricks without one. But basically in skateboarding, like you go a really long time wearing one and you never really like don't wear one.
Oh, okay.
Oh, sorry, my girls. Do you need in here for a sec? Oh, what do you need there?
Oh, what a flex.
My laptop container is also my dirty laundry.
Oh. An interesting turn.
Here, just give me a few minutes. But
he dropped so many F-bombs and like he's just like this hard as fuck guy's got his hair dyed, and then really he's just a sweet soul and just a wonderful man. That's Chase. That's our Chase. But yeah, okay. I'm gonna wear a helmet then, man.
Yeah, don't ever trip on wearing a helmet. It's like fucking.
I went to the mill today, and I want to drop off. You know, like the from the like higher point to the lower point. There's that drop.
Yeah.
Like I want to drop that, and I was gonna drop it today without a helmet and just try it. But I'm like, I should probably have a helmet because if I hurt myself, this brain is all I have because I can't use my hands for shit. So.
Yeah. No, man, and like, yeah, if you're gonna do anything like high impact or anything like that, fucking put it on. Like, no one's judging you. It's like the same thing when people like go to the skate park and there's some people that, you know, have a helmet. No one's fucking like thinking they're fucking a loser or something like because they have one on. It's like, you know, it's like going snowboarding the ski hill. Some people wear a helmet, some people don't, and people don't really think too much differently of you if you like. I've always rocked one up there, but I've fucking like taken some crazy fucking bails on my skis where if I didn't have a fucking helmet on, I might not be here. So it's like kind of a little different. But I mean, like you're fucking going like 100 kilometers an hour on fucking skis. Like,
Yeah.
you don't get that fast on a skateboard that often, but you can still like get in a shitty situation, right?
Oh yeah.
Like,
100%.
smoke your dome.
It doesn't take much with a head injury. Our last question. We're gonna have the hardest hitting one of the day. Organized team sports, veteran move or rookie mistake.
Rookie mistake, motherfuckers.
I love it.
No, I'm just kidding. I fucking grew up playing organized sports.
Yeah, man.
My dad was a fucking baseball coach. My mom was a soccer coach. Fucking, I played hockey. I did all this shit. But I think after a while, I kind of got sick and tired of coaches.
Yeah.
That was my thing. I was like, I think that's why I was like drawn to skating. It's not even like I had bad ones or anything.
No,
like I had some great, really cool coaches like growing up in like all different sports, like all sorts of like people you guys know, dads, fucking great coaches and shit.
Yeah.
But like, I think after a while, when you get to a certain age, you kind of want to do your own thing and you're tired of like being told what to do and shit. And when you go out skating, it's like doing music or something, right? You don't have a coach. You kind of fucking go do your own thing. You get a group together with like some people you like, make a little band or something.
Yeah.
And have like a little crew and kind of do your own thing and kind of jive that way. And skating's a lot the same. Like, you don't have a team leader or a coach, but you have all your friends there with you. So it's almost like you got a little team.
Because like with music, there's like in bigger centers, there's like, rock. We do have a rock school, and there's a bit of like work with bands, but really like it's exactly the same. Like skating and music are actually two things that think of all the organization that there is in sports. Even like skiing, there's like, there's the ski club and all that stuff, but yeah, skating and music, you just kind of just figure it out on your own with your buddies, and it's actually kind of a beautiful thing, honestly. I love it.
Yeah, it's a cool learning curve to figure everything out and getting vibed out.
Do you have anything else that you'd like to talk about, Chase, or that you'd like to say? Any questions for us? But we thank you for coming on.
Yeah, it's been unreal.
This might be our first one where I actually put the explicit tag on the
Oh, really?
I think you won our fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were like,
oh, damn it.
No, I love it.
Oh, shit.
Just apologize to Kyle's grandma.
Yeah, if you say sorry.
I'm so sorry, Mrs. Gray.
She's not that's my Nana, but my grandma, yeah, it's all good. But anything else, Chase? We love
I got a question for you boys. You better continue this on the rest of your podcast. Who is the unofficial mayor of Terrace? I already know your answer there, Kyle. You gave you can give another one. But,
who do you think?
Well, I have the same answer, so you might as well go. After Kyle told me that, I was like,
it's Terry Gressel.
Terry Gressel.
He's 100%.
Who had that photo on Facebook as their profile picture with Terry at like fucking
Cam Harris?
It was like, him with the football and the sunglasses, all super pixelated on like an iPhone 3.
He's like
that picture of him like at fucking Lake Ells Lake, like
Grouchy's.
Had that on there. That was the best fucking photo.
He's basically, there's like the mayor of that skate park.
Yeah.
Terry is he's the unofficial mayor of Terrace, but he runs Grouchy's. Like,
yeah,
you can barely get in there without his.
You can't go to Grouchy's without his blessing.
Yeah,
I don't know if you can see this because of the skate park. No, you can't. Is Cam Harris? He's like unofficial mayor number 2 or something like that. But he had like Terry Tuesdays every week a long time ago, and he used the photo of Terry and just put quotes on it. Winning isn't everything. It's the only thing. And then he started doing – we have the background right now, but I'll send him to you later.
We'll send him to you.
We got to bring Terry Tuesdays back, Cam, if you're listening. Unreal.
We've had horrible weather, but we were planning – like I have a little remote recording setup. So I was like, fuck, I should just bring my laptop right out there and we'll interview Terry right on Grouchy's beach after a game of beach volleyball. But
after some skimboarding and twisted tees.
Yeah. Stay tuned. But Chase, I'm going to send you once I can do some tricks, I'll send you some stuff and you can tell me about my style. But I got a long way to go, but I'm practicing every day. And look forward to if you ever come up, let me know and we'll go skateboarding and I'll just basically try to ollie in the corner and you can do some sick tricks. But it's been a pleasure having you on, man.
Helmet.
Yeah, and we'll bring like 8 joints and you won't get kicked out. All right,
yeah, what a time to be alive. It's legal.
Dude, it's been awesome. Anything you want to say, Pimpy?
I'm going to try and get Kings of Leon for your grade 10 prom.
Hell yeah.
Thank you.
Everything's
We're
gonna
gonna
come
have to
together.
rethrow the whole thing for me and Colin D'Souza.
We'll do
Colin
it.
and I would love to have Kings of Leon there.
We'll do it in my basement on Graham.
Thai lasagna for everybody.
Yeah.
And the big inflatable blow up castle. Oh no, that was grade 12. I already got to do that one. I actually didn't get
That's dry
kicked out of
grad.
that prom. So
That's dry grad, but yes.
Oh yeah, right.
Well, Chase, thanks for coming on, buddy, and we'll actually do it again sometime because I'm going to get more into skateboarding. I think so.
Yeah, we'll check up again. Thank you, boys, and you guys have a fucking good weekend up there.
Hell yeah, buddy.
Hell yeah, brother.
That was Chase Hamilton.